Hello viewers, welcome to ICSC Board Class 10 Biology. We are with Chapter 3 Genetics and we are solving questions which are at the end of the chapter as a question bank, and this is episode chapter solutions 3.2. So our chapter is chapter 3 Principles of Genetics. Let us move on to the last part of the exercise, that is of the question bank. Question, I think it is E, and we are going to solve E. Yes, it is structured questions. Your family consists of two parents and their 5 children. The given pedigree chart shows the inheritance of a trait of a colorblind in them. Answer the given questions based on it. Actually, pedigree analysis is not there in your syllabus, but here I will show it to you how to work it out. Let me give you the glimpse of this pedigree analysis. If there is a square, then it is a male, and this male is normal. If it is circle, then it is related to female, and female is also normal. These are the keys. If it is male and if it is half bold or completely bold, then it is considered to be affected male. If it is female, completely bold, then it is considered to be affected female. In a sex-linked inheritance or sex-linked disease, males are never carriers. Why? Because males have only one X chromosome and there is no other X chromosome to possess or to have dominant gene to overrule. So males are always affected because they are never be carriers, because there is no X like females. Males are having XY. If one of the genes of the sex-linked disease is located on its X chromosome, then the males will be affected. So this is the thing that you have to be very particular about it. Females can be a carrier. If females are carrier, they are written as a dot in the center, which is considered to be a female carrier or carrier female. Why? Because female possesses 2 X chromosomes. If one of the X chromosome is having a dominant gene, that means this one is having a dominant and this one is having what? Recessive gene. That shows that this is what? That shows that it is a carrier female. I hope you understood this thing. Now let us go to the question. Who is a heterozygous for the trait? It says heterozygous for the trait. Right? Then the answer is females are always heterozygous for the trait. So here answer is what? Female. So that's what it is. This is a heterozygous. So here I am writing for female. It is XX. One of it is possess of the genes. So this becomes what? Heterozygous. How many daughters and sons are colorblind in the family? So now if you see here, this is the parent. Let me change the color here. So I am using red. This one is the parent. Well, this one is a male affected. This one is girl, or you can say female or a daughter. This one is male. This one is female. It is bold. That means she is affected. And this is female, unaffected. So your question is, how many daughters and sons are colorblind in the family? One daughter and one son. On which chromosome is the gene for it is located? So we say X chromosome, because gene for colorblind is located on which chromosome? X chromosome. Understood? So this is about question number 1. 4 and question number 5. So here same thing. Here red color flowers with the tall one, it is there. It is the same sort of a question is there, which is question number 2. So here please refer question number 2. Combination, okay. This one we know, done. So here law of independent assortment is done. Phenotype, genotype, phenotypic ratio we have done, we know about it. Right, let us move on to the question number 5. So answer 5. So homozygous pea plant flower axial position. So here plant 1, position of the flower axial, capital A, homozygous dominant, and here plant 2, terminal position, small a, homozygous recessive. Now it says phenotype and genotype. So let me cross it so that you can understand better. So here capital A. So here capital A crosses small a. This is my P1 generation, parent one. Capital A are the gametes. Small a are the gametes. Right? Here you make a Punnett square so you can understand better. So here capital A, here small a, here capital A, small a, capital A, small a, capital A, small a, capital A, small a. This is my F1 generation. Here phenotype is what? Axial position flower. All 4 are there. So the ratio will be 1. And here genotype, if you see genotype, then it will be capital S, small a, right? And that would be all 4 of them, but it is heterozygous, and here ratio will be 1 because all 4 of them are same. Then we go for further as capital A, small a crosses capital A, small a, here capital A, small a, here capital A, small a. These are gametes. Now you make a Punnett square. If you make a Punnett square, so here you get capital A, small a, capital A, small a, capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, capital A, small a, small a, small a. This is my F2 generation. This one was my P2 generation. So F2 generation. You got now phenotype. Phenotype you got 2, axial as well as terminal. Here 3:1. And you got genotype. Here you got genotype. Capital A slash capital A, small a slash small a, small a. Here 1, 2, 1. So you got the ratio of all these generations. Even though it is not us, we have done it. Right? Now it says state the law of Mendel, that is related to the dominance one. You know that one, so you don't need to worry about it. Here, name the 2 genetic disorders commonly seen in human males. So here what you will write? Hypertrichosis, and number 2 baldness. So this is how we do question number 5. I hope you understood each and everything. It was pretty simple. If you have any doubts or any sort of questions, please let me know in a comment box or watch this video 2-3 times. You will come to know about the answers, questions and answers properly. Thank you very much guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.